Hello again, this is Parker51 Guy, and I'm back with a video that's sort of in response to the request by a user regarding my prior video on my thoughts on the Pelikan M1000 Souverän that I recently acquired. And so today I'm going to do some writing with my limited ability, using Rhodia pad, and the ink is Pilot, just regular blue. So here goes. How about as a admitted unabashed fanboy, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And the obligatory quick Jedi flips over the light saber slash. And this pen with the 18 karat nib, it's going to give you some flex. It's not a true vintage flex. I've used pens like that. I own a black chased hard rubber pick pen that has a gorgeous full flex nib, and I can't do it justice with my ability. But if you look at the way this goes, basically you get from a really fine with no pressure line to something like that. The pen is really wet. I mean, go back over this and it's still not dried. I would say that when writing with this pen, you absolutely need no pressure. Just letting it go over the paper with just the weight of the front end, you know, with the back of the barrel resting on my fingers, and you're getting the extra fine line width. Any kind of pressure at all in that 18 karat nib is going to flex, and if you really write heavy-handed, I could see possibly bending it and damaging it. This definitely wouldn't be a pen that I would loan to someone who doesn't know how to use at any rate, there's a sample, and I'm not going to get much more involved, except to say that if you have a budget that will allow this pen to fit into it, and you have a desire for it, I fully recommend acquiring one. And yeah, I like the fact that that extra fine is going to give you a thin line up to a more expressive width. In a broad, you know, it's going to be a great nib, but to each their own. I don't particularly like broad nibs for my writing style, but I do want to get some variance and variation in the line, and this nib will allow that. So you're going to have to decide on what width of nib that you're going to want on it. But as far as the characteristic performance of the nib overall, based on the fact of it being an 18 karat nib and the huge size of it, which gives those tines more length to have more flexibility, I think, and gives you that ability to get the line variation. So if you have any other questions or comments, definitely make them on the video, and if you found this to be helpful.